Hard sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, January 19th, 2024. Excuse me. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It was fine. All right, time to go. But how did you? I was 5-4 last night. I didn't have a great night last night.
I was 5-1. Did pretty well. I lost one of my college basketball games. Won all three of my hockey games. Went 2-1 in college. So I didn't do bad. Did pretty good. And I'm 63-44 on the year.
So they put me I went 5-4. I went 1-2 in the NBA. On the NBA game I had right was the Pacers. I was 1-1 in college basketball and 3-1 in hockey.
Have you heard when that new player is going to be joining the Pacers?
Maybe tonight or the next game. They played pretty good last night. Shorthanded because they only had 11 guys on the active on the roster last night. 9 of them played, and 7 of them were in double digits. But they were up by 16 with 2 minutes left, and let them come back and get within fucking 3.
Damn!
I thought they were going to blow the game.
How do you do that?
They were up by 16, 2 minutes left in the game. It almost lost the damn game. Let them get within 3, and then they held on and won the game. But yeah, it was they definitely made it interesting there at the end. But they were playing with. They were playing without Halliburton, of course, and Nimhard was out. Yeah, I knew it was either tonight or the next game that he was. They thought he was going to play, and then Halliburton sounds like he's getting close to coming back, but he's missed 8 games so far. Pacers are 4-4.
That's a lot better than last year.
Yeah, last year it was 1-9 when he missed when he got hurt and out. So we're 4-4, and now he's coming back, and it's going to be, I think, even a better team once Siakam gets in there. And I still don't understand the defense. So we had Rick Carlisle. This is the worst damn defense I've ever seen on Rick Carlisle team. I don't understand it. Rick Carlisle, he was a defensive guy, and the dude, his team plays 0 defense at all, hardly.
At times, I know. And Glenn would probably remember What about? I don't know if it's about the same time, but I think last year we went on when we lost Halliburton, we went on a road trip, and we're not real great on the road out on the West Coast, out west. And I think it was about the. I'm not saying the same time of year, but it was when we went on the West Coast. We're doing a little bit better this time, though. It seems that way sometimes.
Yeah, it does sometimes. Yeah, because they were up by 16 with 2 minutes left. And I thought they were going to lose the fuck. Cause I was listening to it on the. I was listening to it on the radio when I went outside to smoke. I thought because when I got done doing what I was doing last night, I went over to. I stopped by Stevie's and I watched a little bit of the first half, and I came home and I was listening to that end of it on the radio. Because they were up at 10, like by 10 at halftime, up by like 13. 10 or 13 after the third quarter. I mean, they were up almost the whole game.
It was about the same time last year. I thought it was.
Yeah. It was pretty close to around the same time. And that's the other thing, be on this West Coast trip, and if you can go 500 without Halliburton, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Pacers on the West Coast, if they can go 500, that's a win-win for them. They've always struggled for years.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to see what the team's going to look like with the addition of Siakam, and I'm hoping our defense improves too. I think he'll help. He's going to help some on the defense side because he can play defense. He's a two-way player. And what the rookie had a big night last night. Walker,
did
he? Yeah, he I think probably got about the most playing time he's had, but he had his best game. I think he had ended up with 14 points, and he's good. He's going to be good defensively too, which that was one of his strengths coming in. But I think you might see him start getting a little bit more playing time. It's going to be tough too because you got a lot. I mean, you got pretty deep lineup, especially when we get Nimhard back. I think Neesmith was out last night as well, so you get them guys back. But when we're healthy, I think we could be a problem for a lot of teams, and if our defense can improve, I think we can make some noise in the playoffs. But in these 5 and 7 game series, you got to be able to play some defense. You can't just rely on outscoring these teams in 4 out of 7 games. You got to play some defense, especially when you get in the playoffs. It'll be interesting. I just heard a report that Andy Reid could walk away from the Chiefs after this season.
Really?
I hadn't heard no talks of him going to walk away or anything. And yeah, I just heard the dude that's on Cowherd, Jason McIntyre.
Yeah.
He's filling in for Doug Gottlieb today. And I'm assuming that's who he was filling in for because that's the 3:00 show. But to start the show, he had said that he might or that Andy Reid could step away after there's reports that Andy Reid could step away. I'm thinking that don't make a whole lot of sense, but so he might back out or might not, or he might, but he's getting older. So I mean, he might be, maybe he's just done coaching.
Never know, I guess. I mean, we didn't think some of the guys that were left this year was going to leave.
Belichick had his second interview, having it right now with the Falcons. So it's looking more and more like might be where he ends up.
Billy Buzz says he'll take Andy.
They're not going to get rid of McCarthy. They're keeping McCarthy at least for this. At least for you're stuck with McCarthy for at least one more season.
Just got to face it. McCarthy and Dak next. How many years left? 9. They're stuck together.
Yeah. They've said they're going to keep McCarthy, so it's going to be interesting there. Still interested to see who gets the Chargers job. Bears, I guess, are interviewing Cleve. What the fuck? Cliff Kingsbury for their offensive coordinator position.
You like that?
Yeah, because I think his style of offense would fit good with Fields if they keep Fields. But the other thing is if they move on from Fields, and this might them going after Kingsbury might be a tell that they're going to move on from Fields and draft Caleb Williams, because who was Caleb Williams' offensive coordinator in college last year.
True.
And I guess Caleb and Cliff have a real good relationship, so I think that could be part of it as well. But I guess he's a pretty. I guess his name's pretty hot name for OC jobs right now.
I seen a report that they was asking supposedly maybe Washington offered this, or would you take this if it was offered? Washington's number 1 pick, which I think is number 2 or 3 for the Bears, number 1. They didn't give you a number, their 26th pick this year or something like that, or 30-something pick. Another real high pick this year. Number 1 the next year, the number 1 the next year, McLaren and somebody else. I mean, Washington gonna give up the whole team for the first pick when you've got the second pick?
Yeah, I don't.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna give up something, but you're not gonna give up everything to move up one pick.
One spot.
No.
Unless you think that guy is going.
No, that package is something if you're trying to move up from like late
20.
first round up to like number 1.
Yeah.
Or or not if you got a top 3 pick.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. All right, NBA tonight. I'm going 4 games tonight in NBA. I'm gonna go with the 76ers at the -5.5 on the road at the Orlando Magic. I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets at the +7.5 on the road at the Boston Celtics. Celtics could win the game, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think 7.5 is too many points. And then taking the Indiana Pacers at the -5.5 against the Portland Trailblazers on the road tonight. And I'm going to take the Los Angeles Lakers at the -7 at home against the Brooklyn Nets.
I didn't do any NBA. I've got 4 NHL. And
still scared of the NBA?
NBA sucks. I got 4 NHL and 3 college for tonight.
All right. So my NBA, 76ers -5.5, Nuggets +7.5, Pacers -5.5, and the Lakers -7. College basketball tonight, I'm going to go with Quinnipiac at the -6.5 on the road at Siena. Fairfield at home at the +4.5 versus St. Peter's. And I'm going to take the Indiana Hoosiers at the +11.5 on the road at Wisconsin.
Brave man.
Not saying Indiana's going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game. I said that earlier in the week, and they got their asses handed to them by Purdue. But Purdue's a lot better team than what Wisconsin is.
Yeah.
Not saying Wisconsin's not a good team, but so yeah, I'm going Quinnipiac -6.5, Fairfield +4.5, and the Indiana Hoosiers at the +11.5.
Okay, my college basketball for tonight, I've got Farley Dickerson -2 against Stonehill. I got Toledo -7.5 at Central Michigan. I got Quinnipiac -6.5 at Siena, and I got St. Louis at VCU. I'll take VCU -8.5. That's my college picks for tonight.
What was the second to last one?
The Quinnipiac -6.5. That's against Siena.
I thought that's what you said, but you took Quinnipiac?
Yeah.
Okay. At first I thought you took the other team.
No, I didn't take Siena. I took Quinnipiac -6.5 at Siena.
Thinking you're going to lose that one. Picking against me, you're going to lose. Now watch, we're both going to lose that game because I'm running my mouth. Hockey tonight, I went with the Devils on the money line on the road against the Blue Jackets, and the Blackhawks money line on or at home against the Islanders.
Okay, my NHL for tonight, I got Detroit at Carolina. I got Carolina money line. I got Minnesota at Florida. I got Florida money line. I got New Jersey money line at Columbus, and I got the New York Islanders money line at Chicago. And then I did some NHL for Saturday. I'll go ahead and do that. NHL for Saturday. Tampa Bay money line at Buffalo. Colorado money line at Philadelphia. And Montreal at Boston. I'll take Boston money line. That's NHL for Saturday night.
All right, then we got NFL divisional round playoffs. We got 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday. First game Saturday, Texans at the Ravens. Ravens are 9.5-point favorites, minus 420 on the money line. The Texans are plus 330 on the money line. Over unders at 43.5. This game's hard. I think the Ravens win the game, but the 9.5 points is what makes it tricky for me. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens at the minus 9.5. And not because the Texans aren't a bad team, and I don't think the Texans will compete. I think it'll be a good game. But if you've looked, the Ravens have blown out a lot of good teams. I mean, they blew out the 49ers. They've blown out the Lions. I mean, they've not only blown out just bad teams, they've been able to make shut down, and their defense been able to shut down some good teams. First playoff game for Stroud. I think I'm not saying he's going to play bad, but I just think the Ravens have a big advantage being at home. Lamar Jackson hasn't performed the best in playoffs, so I think this is going to be his breakout playoff year. So I'm going to go with the Ravens at the minus 9.5 for that game.
I'm going. I think Baltimore's going to win. I'm kind of like you, but I'm going to take Houston in the points. I'm going to take Houston plus 9.5. I think that's a lot of points. I'd feel a little more comfortable if Houston was at home, but being at Baltimore and the fans, but I think Houston's going to keep it close. I think Baltimore's going to win. I really do, but I think Houston's going to keep it a game.
They could. Like I said they could, but I just and I've seen the Ravens just blow some of the better teams out. So it's
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Texans need to get off to a good start. They can't. They don't want to get. They don't want to fall behind, and where Stroud has to be passing all the time, and then that Ravens defense can just cut loose. Then you have the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are 9.5-point favorites, minus 450 on the money line. The Packers are plus 350 on the money line. Over unders at 50.5. I think this is going to be a good game as well. I think the 49ers win the game, but I'm going to go with the Packers here at the plus 9.5 to cover.
I went the same way. San Francisco's capable of blowing them out too. I mean, they've done it to teams too, but
San Francisco can also, especially if say Green Bay wins the coin toss and gets that ball and goes down and scores, gets up 7-0. I mean, I could see Green. I still think San Francisco wins, but I could see this being a. Sometimes it's like San Francisco can let teams hang around a little bit.
Yep. And another key is for Houston and for Green Bay. They have nothing to lose. Neither one of these guys are supposed to be here right now. So they've got nothing to lose. They're going to be loose. The pressure's on Baltimore and San Francisco.
But the thing is, it's going to be is Green Bay's defense going to be able to slow down that running game enough? But like I said, I think 49ers win, but I think Packers are going to cover. I think 9.5 is too many points.
I'm going with the Packers.
Billy says Stroud's going to light them up, and Glenn says 49ers cover.
They say we both suck. We don't know what we're talking about.
But see, I think the Ravens cover. I feel better about the Ravens covering than I do the 49ers cover. And a lot of it has to do with that Packers offense if they get going. But it's going to depend on if the Packers are going to need to be able to run. They need to be able to run the ball. If Aaron Jones has been running the hell of the ball, but if he has a good game, I think the Packers will have a good day. But I think 49ers are just the better team, and I think they'll win. Then you have the Bucks and the Lions. First game on Sunday. Lions are 6.5-point favorites, minus 275 on the money line. The Buccaneers are plus 225 on the money line. Over-unders at 48.5. I like the Lions here, but Bucks look real good last week against the Eagles. They've their offense is looking good. That defense, man, they got off. They were getting after the quarterback. I think they'll do that against the Lions, but I think the Lions are going to be able to run the ball. I think the Lions are the better team. Don't get me wrong, Baker Mayfield's had a good year there in Tampa. And I think he's going to end up getting a contract with Tampa and probably going to be there for a few years. But I think the Lions are the better team, and they're at Detroit. I think Bucks might keep it. I think Bucks can keep it close, but I think the Lions win by at least a touchdown. So I'm gonna go with the Lions. And I saw a thing earlier that the average ticket price is over $1,000.
I've seen that
for that game in Detroit this weekend. Right now,
crazy. I kind of agree with you in a way. I think Detroit's going to win, but I think it's going to be another close game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in the points.
You're going with all the damn underdogs.
I think all three of them are going to lose, but I think they're going to be within the spread.
They could. Another thing that worries me a little bit about the 49ers-Packers game is like 70% of the money is on the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know how that tends to work out sometimes. But last game of the weekend, Chiefs and Bills. Bills are 2.5-point favorites at home, minus 144 on the money line. The Chiefs are plus 122 on the money line. Over-unders at 45.5. I like the Bills in this game at the minus 2.5. I think it's going to be a real good. I think it's probably going to be a good game. Probably going to could come down to who has the ball last. It wasn't surprised. I figured it's probably going to be a field goal game, or the winner's probably going to win by a field goal. So but I like the Bills the way they've been playing. They're at home. This Chiefs offense did play pretty good last week, but have not looked like the Chiefs offense of old. Chiefs do have pretty good defense, but it does worry me a little bit with some injuries the Bills have on defense. But I think the Bills are going to come in. I think Josh Allen's going to have a big game. I think Bills are going to win and cover at the minus 2.5.
I'm gonna take the Bills and minus 2.5 against Kansas City. That may be just wishful thinking because I hate Kansas City. So, but I'm gonna go with Buffalo at home.
Why do you hate Kansas City?
Because one commentator irritates the hell out of me. Up Kansas City's ass.
So that makes you hate Kansas City?
Yes, and suck their balls all the time. So I can't stand them. I want them to lose so he'll suffer. I want him to cry.
He said, "I hate Kansas City."
That does not bother me, but he irritates the hell out of me.
He was cracking me up today because he was trying to make excuses for Kansas City, but if any other team was doing that, he'd be all over.
This is a Buffalo. If they don't win, they're terrible. But they had more wins than Kansas City did this year, or the same record or something, because they're in a higher position. So I don't understand how these guys look at
just
shit.
like all these guys just want to start up a conversation that somebody should lose their job.
Yeah,
I mean, like they said, if the Bills lose this game, that
he should be gone.
McDermott should be fired, and if and then hell, Dan Orlovsky got after the Cowboys said they were going to keep McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
He tweeted, proves you're not serious about a Super Bowl or something. It's like this is like if you fire McCarthy, who was you going to get that was better for one? Yep. But just because you decided to stick with the coach you had, that means you're not serious about wanting to win a Super Bowl. I mean, it kills me. Some of the stuff people put out there. I think there's going to be some good games. I think that Chiefs Bills game probably. Well, you never know about it. If you're just looking at the games, you think that's going to be a real good game.
I got a feeling Detroit and Tampa Bay might be a real good game because I think Detroit's a better team. I agree with you on that, but they're still learning how to win and close out games. They very easily could have lost that game the other night, the way they piddle farted around. And so I worry about Tampa staying close with them and having a chance to win it in the end. But I think Detroit will win, but I think it's going to be a close game. And Houston and Green Bay, they could be close games and they could be blowouts. I mean, San Francisco and Baltimore both have the talent that could blow out either one of those teams.
Yeah.
But it's playoff football. You just never know. And having that week off sometimes affects you.
Yeah. I'll be listening to the games and trying to keep track of them as best I can since I ain't going to get to watch them. It'll be all right. Get to watch the ones next weekend, the AFC and the NFC championship games.
The Super Bowl. We're going to see the Super Bowl too. Nothing but.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You sure you're going to get to see next week? What day is the games on next week? We got a show next Sunday.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. I think we do.
Where?
Oh
shit!
Yeah, we do.
Let's get to watch one of them because one game won't start till like 7, 8 in the evening.
Like 6:30. Yeah, you like 3:30 and 6:30 on the NFC and AFC championship game.
But we usually get home around 7. So
7:30. So we might get to see second half.
We might just not go that week. Hell, Glenn never goes.
Glenn, yeah,
and they don't seem to care. So why do they care if we miss a week?
We'll tell them
we'll miss a month. I mean,
we'll tell them we'll be at the Pacer game. I got to play. What's he do?
We'll just tell them that Big Glenn said we didn't have to go.
That's right.
He said he gave us the weekend off.
Yep. Watch Glenn will show up that week just to show us up. Tony and Chris ain't gonna be here. I'll be here.
Or do they play? They play them both on Sunday, don't they? Or do they play one Saturday, one Sunday?
I think it's usually both on Sunday. I'm almost positive.
Well, I'll at least get to watch one of them. But.
See, he'll be at the Pacers game. We'll tell him we're going to be at the Turner's block. Glenn got us in the Turner's block. We'll be at the Pacers game. We'll be watching football.
Oh, shit. Hey.
We get to see Super Bowl.
I'll get to see that. Like I said, at least one of them.
Yeah.
Glenn says he has tickets, hell.
See?
But the whole reason I'm not going there is to watch the football game, not go to a Pacer game.
Well, you could watch Pacer game and have the football game on your phone. Man.
I guess that's true. But, all right, well, we appreciate everybody joining us today. We'll be back on Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. We'll be live on Sunday at 6 or 6:30 with FEW, some live pro wrestling, live from Greenfield, Indiana. We'll be at a show tomorrow. Not sure if we'll be live yet or not. If we are live, it'll be right around 7. It'll be 7 o'clock. But yeah, we might. Glenn said he does that sometimes. When Ron got on him about it. And then, but yes, we might be live. We might be live tomorrow, 7 o'clock. But we will be live Sunday, I think 6:30, with some live pro wrestling. And we'll be back Monday, recap everything that happened over the weekend, and to give out our picks for Monday's slate of games. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.